Hey YouTube, we have made it to the grand finals of the Gamers 8, and it is going to be Furia versus Guild. Now, these two teams have played amazing in 2v2s and 1v1s, which is what we've been covering on this channel. So we finally get to see them collide to see which team has the better 2s team and which team has the better 1s player. CRR and Jan both have been playing those very well. So, we are at game number 2. You guys see the ever familiar Aquadome. In this matchup, Furia actually won the first 3v3, and Guild has selected 2v2. They have felt good about CRR and Dorito. They're going to try and take down Jan and Card in order to get themselves ready for this game. Jan, nice tight angle shot. But we are going to watch this game from Card's perspective, because Jan, who is one of the best players in the world right now for Furia, getting a ton of credit for his team and what he does, but he can't do it without guys like Card on his team as well. Card gonna show his stuff here in this game. Card, great challenge. Take the ball away from Dorito. You're gonna see in this 2v2, he plays a very aggressive style. Does a good job of playing the front man between both of them. Jan almost bought enough time there for Card to get a dunk. Now Card swinging back. Good vision on the ball to decide when he's able to pick up that back corner boost, so when he needs to stay in net. CRR up early, so Card back down to the ground. Gonna play to clear on the double on the back wall. The way Card is moving so quickly and pathing over boost at every opportunity instead of waiting in net. This is a bit of a flub, I would say, on this dribble. But as soon as he knows the play is going to take moments to develop, instead of just camping and slowing down, he has constantly stayed on the move and was resetting on boost despite not being able to pick up 100. Look at this path once again. Even though he does end up at the midfield where he grabs another 100, he is purposefully hitting a few different pads on the way. Now Card with space, the delayed touch. It's enough to get it past Dorito, but not CRR. Look how aggressive Card is playing. Immediately turning upfield every time Jan ever gets a dribble started. Just got faith in Jan to hold down the back line. Another great first challenge. Get Dorito, who's carrying the ball, to get rid of it, and then Card will hit the nasty double upfield. Just perfect play by a front runner in the 2v2 game. Whenever somebody slows the ball down, you know, in 1v1, you cannot afford to challenge early and get flicked over the top of, but it's actually a great play and the best play to do in 2v2 because it forces the ball separation from the dribbler, and the player from behind is going to have a very easy takeaway and a very easy read. And as long as you're in sync with your 2s partner and correctly distanced such that the player in the back can take advantage of that early challenge, then it's definitely the right way to go. And that's what Card does in favor of Jan this time around. And what does Jan do with his opportunity to get a few free touches? He booms it down to Card, who is now upfield after that challenge. And Card does what any front man can do best. Just hit a nasty double. Put his team up 2. Now Card snapping in and out of ball cam to see his opportunity to strike. Actually watched Jan the previous video. He was snapping in and out of ball cam like crazy, kind of like Card is doing now. And this is going to be a wide open net after a good challenge. 3-0 for Furia with a minute 13 left to go. King Card, as he is called, playing a great game, has his team on the verge of going up 2-0. Jan looking for a double reset, but ends up too high. Now Card looking for a reset of his own. That ball actually shot him down to the ground after he got that flip. These guys seem to be just looking for clips now. Look at all this ball cam movement. I've never seen so much ball cam movement between the two of these players. Card on the air dribble. Jan being the front runner this time around, trying to get a demo, and they actually left the net wide open. Interesting considering they're up 3 with about 40 seconds left to go. It is still possible if they play as aggressively as they just did to let Guild back into it. And CRR and Dorito are going to go for, I believe, what is called the Spanish kickoff. They try and leave the ball and demo the cheater. But Card able to avoid it. This tight angle shot never stood a chance, but it doesn't need to stand a chance as long as they can waste some time. And Jan doing a good job avoiding demos and killing the ball down to Card. Card, a double with the ceiling, the reset, the double reset. My goodness. Card saying, hey, Jan's not the only one on the team. I can pop off as well, as he definitely did that here in this 2v2. Him and Jan will take it. CRR Dorito, a great duo, but not as good as Jan and Card as they put themselves up 2-0 in this best of 7. And the next game that we'll watch will be Jan versus CRR in Game 4. And the context of Game 4 is that Furia has actually won both 3v3s, which means they go into Game 4 3-0 for Furia. CRR absolutely needs to win for his team. Otherwise, Furia going home first. Game number 4. Jan versus CRR. Now, we would say it was the two best 1v1ers against each other in the event. That's what you'd expect to see in the grand finals, but not the case because it is a crew battle tournament, and 2s and 3s matter as well. In fact, 3s matter the most. So these teams have made it to this spot via their play in every mode. And while Jan probably finishes the event somewhere around second in his performance in 1v1, CRR had a few more flubs on the path to the final, but is still playing great, actually making it here after winning the semifinal against First Killer, which was a very impressive 1v1. In fact, CRR can push himself up the ranks here for the win against Jan. His team needs it bad, as they are now backs against the wall, just like Jan's team was in the round prior. Going up against the Falcons, the Furia needed the reverse sweep. Well, now it's Guild that needs the reverse sweep if they want to come back and take the Gamers 8, the biggest prize pool of any series you've ever seen. Probably the biggest prize pool of a 1v1 you've ever seen, even if you account for the fact that it only accounts for 1 or 2 of the entire games. You could divide the prize pool by that much and it'd still be the case. This is a great canceled front flip, by the way, by Jan. Truly, that's actually some of the craziest stuff that I've seen, because I don't know how people do that. I cannot cancel them as clean as some of these pro players can. CRR trying to get a clean catch, but cutting a little bit too much underneath the ball. So Jan sees his opportunity to take the ball away. Does just that, up 3-1. Minute and 18 seconds into the game. CRR, strong touch. Didn't get a roll off the wall, but didn't want to roll. He pops it to the midfield and just plays it faster than Jan. Very impressive. To play with that kind of speed and to ever dust this Sam player to the ball, that almost never happens in the kickoff. It's going to go in CRR's favor, and we're going to be right back tied up. The 2-point swing that is a goal in the midfield. A quick goal in the kickoff, even though I actually think CRR might have gotten that shortly off of a kickoff play. CRR with another possession. We go for a wall to air dribble. A great setup right near the ceiling, and look at that play. You knew it was going to be threatening when he gets that good of a setup. And he just barrel rolls his way all the way through it, finishing with that side flip. Crossbar down. CRR absolutely popping off here against Jan. Jan trying to clear high. CRR's not going to have it. He actually almost got a bounce off the ceiling directly into the net. Jan, the 100 boost now. Trying to just get a direct parry. That's actually an insane save from CRR, using his flip in the final moments to make sure he's positioned well. But he didn't land in the best of places, so he did not have the kind of speed or boost to challenge Jan in the corner. So Jan will still end up getting his fourth. It's alright, you can just take the continued part of that play out of the montage if you're CRR. Air dribble reset for Jan. CRR, look at the patience. Not panicking and waiting until the right moment to make a defensive effort. He's able to cover the high bounce, but Jan is still going to score if that's just not the case all event long. Jan finding his way to get his goal, no matter what you do to stop him. CRR slightly losing this kickoff, but Jan is actually going to let him have it at midfield. CRR looking for the low 50, just didn't recognize it quite fast enough. So Jan got at least a partially good touch for himself. Free jumping, CRR's dribble. CRR can't quite get it back online. CRR 50ing with Jan. Jan underneath the ball, so he actually recovered quickly from it. But then another play, another 50 from CRR. 5-5. Both these two showing what they could do with the extended attack. If you aren't perfect the way that you save the ball, that player's just eventually going to find a way. Great 50 from Jan. And a sixth as he takes the lead once again. Minute 37, on the verge of potentially ending the series and securing the $500,000 first place prize for his team. CRR does not want the tournament to end now. But Jan is going to go up 2. 7-5 with a minute 25 left to go. Hands have to be shaken. Jan, I love this kickoff mix-up. Having some troubles against TRK in the previous round with the kickoffs. Doesn't want to mess with this time around. The diagonal he's going to fake. CRR gives him control, and Jan is just constantly throwing down pressure. He could have probably scored there if he had landed better. Now he's going to fake CRR once, fake CRR twice, eventually pop it over, and absolutely do the Spaniard dirty, making him jump and fly around. Nowhere near the play. Another fake kickoff from Jan. CRR, tough to recognize in the intense moments. But now, CRR has a minute to come back 3 goals. Jan actually making a pretty big mistake there. That net was open. And he misses it on the high touch. CRR, mistake as well. Not able to get the long shot, and these two just fighting back and forth. Speedy recovery from CRR. He's not going to take the ball back to the corner. He knows he's got 30 seconds. Instead, he's going to cut right back towards the net. See if he can catch Jan off guard, but he hasn't so far. Now dead. That demo just might do it. Should be the end of the game. Jan looking for another fake. This time it's not going to work. CRR spawn. And Jan is nowhere near the play in order to really convince CRR to whiff. But 5 seconds left to go. 3 goals. You see CRR drop the controller. Jan drops it as well. He knows he won his team the $500,000. Definitely the MVP of the event. Jan XNZ from South America. You have got to give credit to this player, and if you didn't know his name, you should now, because not only was he definitely the MVP in this crew battle format, but he might be one of the best 1v1ers in the game right now. And the only reason why we don't know is because he's from South America, and he doesn't want to play on unreasonable ping, unlike KV1, Wisty, some of the other guys who are actually willing to do that, who are truly crazy. Jan wants to play on an equal playing field, but don't worry. We will try and get in contact with Jan as much as possible. See if we can get him to play some even ping 1v1s when we can, because man, is he an exciting player that we want to see more of.